Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 6th. This week, you start off with the Jack of Clubs. So a lot of you could be, it looks like a very mental week for you, actually. I mean, I think a lot of you are like kind of thinking a lot this week and planning a lot of things out, maybe planning to start something new. It seems rather exciting, I would say, this week. Or even just getting ready for something. Like a lot of you might be getting ready for like a presentation or getting ready for something important. It feels very important. Even though I just dropped the card, it feels like something important. And again, I mean, Jack of Clubs is a great card for that. It's a great card for planning for the future. Great card for, if you have to put on a presentation or if you have to get ready for something important. It's a great card. So this is you, again, like looking into the future and planning these things out. Next, you have the Two of Spades. So this can represent a breakup. I would say if it does for you, then it's already happened. I think this has come up for you in the past as well. So maybe a lot of you are still being affected by a breakup or something along those lines. It can also represent, needing to separate away from just something in general, maybe like a limiting belief or needing to separate away from a job or something like that. Maybe some of you are changing jobs or just leaving something behind in a lot of ways. I would say it feels rather positive, so I think it would be a positive change in a lot of ways. And also, spades cards also do represent being creative and creativity, so, they're not all necessarily like bad. I'm just looking at what else you have here, but it's a great card for being creative and using your creativity. Next, you have the Two of Clubs, another card that's very creative. This card represents needing to, overcome some obstacles, maybe internal fears to success in a lot of ways. It's a good card. It represents a lot of success, but like I said, it does represent needing to like overcome maybe some fears or things like that. It's a very good card for business, and it's also a good card for talking to yourself, really, in a lot of ways. I always say this is a card of you kind of just like talking yourself through things or getting ready for something. Again, it feels like you're getting ready for something, like to launch something new. Could be anything, a relationship, a business, a plan, who knows. But this could be you kind of like planning it out with yourself and like really working those things out and getting ready for what you need to do. Next, you have the Five of Clubs. Same thing. Five of Clubs is a card of planning things out. It seems like Cancer has a very straightforward week this week, but this is a card of planning things out as well, getting ready for things. It's a card of adventure. Going on adventures, planning moves, planning to go on vacation, planning. I mean, that seems to be your week this week. And it's also a card of needing change. So a lot of you could be like looking at how you need change. You're like, I just need to mix things up and I need to get out of my whatever and need to move on and do something different. And this is you thinking about those things, maybe not necessarily doing it. Again, it's a very straightforward week for you. It's just planning. I think a lot of you are just thinking about these things and getting ready to do them, which is probably good, especially during this time, during Mars retrograde. I mean, if you're going to do anything, definitely plan it out, have a solid foundation, which is exactly what it looks like you're doing this week with all of this stuff kind of going on. It's also a good card, by the way, for hobbies. If any of you are involved in any hobbies or anything like that, it's a positive card for, taking part in any hobbies that you have. Next, you have the Seven of Diamonds. Maybe a little bit of money fears going on this week. It would be old money fears, maybe old situations coming up this week, kind of looking like old financial challenges. But I think, sevens represent fears that don't exist. So I think if anything, there will be no financial issues for you this week, but I think maybe there will just be things that look like old financial issues. It's also a card of definitely watching your spending, though, so watch your spending this week. Don't overspend or anything like that. And finally, you end with the Five of Hearts, needing a vacation, needing to take a break, and everything that you're planning out, that it looks like you're planning out this week. So, I don't think that really you have too much going on other than just planning things out and doing and also being very social. I would say with these clubs cards, it could be a very social week for you. So I mean, I shouldn't say there isn't too much going on, because you could be doing a lot. You could be doing a lot of socializing and things like that with people this week. This card can also represent a breakup. I think for a percentage of you Cancers out there, you are dealing with a breakup. You have the Two of Spades, plus you have this card, so I think that the cards are coming up saying that you're dealing with it, you're trying to get over it maybe, or you're trying to work through it or in your own way in a lot of ways. For the rest of you, this card can represent a move and things like that. I think a lot of you are planning on moving. It seems like a lot of the water signs are wanting to move, planning a move already, or already have moved, really. But I think a lot of you are just planning on moving or thinking about moving, maybe planning on traveling to the place you want to move. Like, all this stuff is coming up here. So looks like a very interesting week. Great week to learn, by the way, as well. With all these clubs cards, it would be a great week to, pick up a book or, learn something new, learn some sort of new skill or anything like that, especially for those of you in business. It would be a great week to learn like a new marketing skill or something like that. With all these clubs cards here, it could be very profitable for you as well. But looks like a great week, so thank you for watching and enjoy.